Good afternoon to all. I request our director and our distinguished guests to please proceed to the stage and take their seats. Respected dignitaries on the dais and esteemed colleagues at INCOIS. Today, as we gather under the theme Our Planet, Our Power to celebrate Earth Day 2025, we join millions around the world in reflecting on our relationship with the environment that sustains us all. Before we begin, I kindly request everyone to keep their mobile phones on silent mode so we can enjoy the program without any interruptions. Thank you. Today's celebration brings together environmental thought leaders and our own experts to explore the critical intersection of energy systems and the health of our planet. As an institution dedicated to understanding our oceans, which cover more than 70% of the planet's surface and play a crucial role in climate regulation, INCOIS stands committed to environmental stewardship in both our research and our institutional practices. To set the tone for today's gathering and to share a visionary outlook, I now invite our beloved director, Dr. T.M. Balakrishnan Nair, to deliver the welcome address and introduce this year's Earth Day theme. Sir.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Distinguished guests, colleagues, research scholars, and members of INCOIS family. A very warm welcome to all of you for this Earth Day 2025 celebrations. So this movement started in 1970, and it is continuing to mobilize over 1 billion people in environmental action and awareness. So actually I'm proud to be a part of this one, and INCOIS should be the part of this one, because we are the institute which meant for oceans. We are the institute which meant for the Mother Earth and the development of our nation. So as you know that this year theme is our power, our planet, which speaks directly to one of the most pressing challenge of our time, that is transforming our energy system to safeguard our shared environmental future. This theme recognizes that the power to change lies within our hands, especially your hands, I can say, because you are young people's hands. That is through our choices, innovations, and collective commitment. As we gather here today, we must acknowledge that we stand at a critical time. We know that the global change is a reality. The sea level rise is a reality. Many of our coasts and islands will be under threat. Many ecosystems are under threat. Many cities are under threat, and we deal with oceans, and the ocean is a main sink for the carbon dioxide what we produce even in Hyderabad in this institute. So we have a lot of responsibility, not only to do science, but to act on it, act on the reduce the emissions, reduce our energy usage, and go for a non-conventional way of doing the things. So we are actually also institute. We are working for that. We recently developed the Ocean Energy Atlas. Sudhir will talk more on that. So ocean have a vast energy sources. So whether we can actually tap almost all the energy, most of our we can have a good say in our emission, so zero emission or what we are planning in the future. So I am also proud to share that INCOIS are steadily advancing its sustainability journey through several concrete initiatives. So we have the rooftop solar power installation, which approximately 30% of our campus annual electricity needs are met. So we have the water conservation and recycle plants. So we have around 35 kiloliters of sewage water daily it is processed. So we also, you know that in this area only our campus is greenery, so we want to sustain that greenery. When we came here almost 25 years before, it was just like the quarrying area. So whatever you see the greenery, we have made ourselves. So we have to sustain it and improve it. Again, it is because young fellows I am seeing you have to go more and more for that purpose. So, so we have also set a lot of targets. So one of our ambition is we want the first institute in the world or ocean early warning or early warning institute in the world with a zero emission, which means that we have to increase our solar energy consumption. So 100% of our energy consumption at INCOIS should be by solar energy. I don't know how I think I have given this challenge to our team, especially Anup, Vijay, and Rahman. They are discussing on that. So I feel the next Earth Day we can actually get some update on this. So we are also thinking for a zero waste office. Beginning today, we are launching our zero waste office initiative, which will implement comprehensive waste segregation, recycling, minimize single-use item, establish monitoring mechanism. That is very important. So we tell everything, but the thing is that it should be part of our daily routine. So we are planning for the campus environmental audit. So we will conduct regular environmental audit and INCOIS. So net zero campus exploration, I already talked about that. We also made a green policy formulation. We'll try to implement it at the highest level. So our transition to sustainable energy system often offer tremendous opportunities for innovation, for economic development, and creating healthier community. But this transition required all of us, especially the scientists, policymakers, industry leaders, and citizens working to a common purpose. Sir, actually your advice will be very much helpful for us. As I told earlier, we have the problem to this campus, which is actually from some of the industrial area nearby. So we require your help and advice for how to tackle this one. So we have the eminent speaker, Dr. Namili Konda Ravinder, as well as Dr. V.G. Prasanna Kumar. They are very eminent in their field. They will actually enlighten us on our share their insight on green power and planetary protection, drawing on their experience in environmental science and policy. We have our own colleague, Dr. Sudhir Joseph. He will actually explain how we are actually tackling the ocean energy and what is our contribution on ocean energy sector. And so we are deeply honored by your presence, sir. We warmly welcome all of you in this Earth Day celebrations of INCOIS. As we proceed with today's program, I invite each of you to consider your relationship with the energy. That is important. We can tell many things, but when we come out of our room, I don't know how many of you switch off your light. I don't know. You can think about now. So these are very important. Yes, I am seeing one. I switched off. So that's what I was telling. It is a part and parcel of our daily routine and our daily habit what we develop. At INCOIS, we understand that our action today shape the oceans and the planet tomorrow. Let us embrace the responsibility and opportunity that this Earth Day presents to harness our power to protect our planet. Thank you. I look forward to insight and discussions that today's program will bring. Most importantly, how we'll practice it in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that insightful and inspiring welcome. I hope we can take some tips from the presentation that he just gave to do our part for making INCOIS emission free. It is now my honor to introduce our first distinguished speaker. Dr. N. Ravinder is a highly respected environmental scientist and policy expert with over 3 decades of experience in environmental governance, hazardous waste management, and sustainability. A veteran environmental scientist and former chief scientist R&D in the Environmental Impact Assessment Division at the Environmental Protection Training and Research Institute, he retired as Joint Chief Environmental Scientist from the Telangana State Pollution Control Board, completing a distinguished 33-year tenure in environmental regulation. He also holds various national and international leadership roles, including Chairman of the Water Sectional Committee at the Bureau of Indian Standards, New Delhi. Academically, Dr. Ravindra holds a PhD in hazardous waste management characterization, along with multiple postgraduate diplomas in environmental studies and environmental management. His depth of expertise in environmental policy and sustainable development is truly inspiring. Please join me in welcoming Dr. N. Ravinder, who will now deliver a talk on need of green power and protection of planet Earth. Sir, please.
This one, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, right. This is operation. Okay. One. Okay. Good afternoon to the Director Garu and all distinguished, my Prasanna Kumar Garu, Joseph, and all the participants. Very, very happy to associate with you on this World Earth Day. Every year we also regularly conducting many programs, World Health Day, World Water Day, World Ozone Day, many days. So I have a privilege this time to be at INCOIS and share my experiences and the significance of the day with all of you. Okay, thank you for giving an opportunity. So to this year's, every year there is one slogan. This year it is our power, our planet. So happy Earth Day. The Earth Day purpose it is there. Let us see what is the significance. Brief history just now we have already discussed. 1969, there is an oil spill in America at Santa Barbara. It's a large oil spill. So lot of damage occurred to the biodiversity and other things. That time, Mr. Senator Gaylord, one activist NGO, he started working to pool all the persons along with the Dennis Hayes. It was started, this World Earth Day. So importance of Earth Day started. That time only around 20 millions were there in America. Later all countries are participated. Now it is more than 1 billion people are participating and celebrating this day. Is it not coming? Oh, no, I can see. Yeah, okay, right, sorry. Yeah, no, you please take it. Next, global significance will say when World Earth Day started, then immediately so many acts came. Our acts came at 1980, but in 1970, 72, 80s, EP Act, US EPA, Environmental Protection Act and Clean Air Act, and of course all Paris Agreement, so many agreements came as a part of this Earth Day celebration things. Then this year the theme is transitioning to clean energy. That is the only thing, because we have to reduce the fossil fuel which we come across. Just briefly we will discuss what is the environmental challenges before going. Environmental challenges, we know very well, temperature increase is there from 0.65 degrees in 1991 to 2020, is slowly increasing. So of course 25.75 is the mean temperature. Average temperature I am telling, the highest temperature will be more also, depending upon the countries. Of course 4 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide, which is still equivalent to annually releasing. We are the third largest emitter of the CO2. So now time to reduce the things. So CO2, we know very well, energy production, maybe industry, maybe agriculture, and transportation are the source of GHG. Every of you, we know everything. Of course, India is committed for achieving net zero by 2070. Other countries 2040, India, China, and US and other things countries are there. But we have given taken lot more time up to 2070 to reduce. Next. Then we have some second challenge is deforestation. We know very well. Forest is slowly around 1,79,000 hectares is lost in 2023, and totally 89.6 million tons of CO2. So loss of CO, forest means increase of CO2. That is a very ratio. So even 6,68,400 hectares of forest lost. We are now second global in deforestation after Brazil. Brazil is Amazon forest. Now we are also just slowly coming to that limits. We can see this is the annual rate forest cover. Of latest data I have not taken, but gradually you see gross rate of deforestation, net rate of deforestation, how 0.77 it is gradually decreasing. Now it is only 0.05 and 0.02 is 2 decimals low level came. So this chart is clearly giving significance of the loss of forest for us. This is the map. First map is 2000 and of course 2015 or something, the latest map. Here you can see there is no forest. Forest is only in northeastern area, and lot of forest reduction is there. Yeah. Okay. So forest is so reduced here. See, lot of dry area and the sand area is there. So this map is showing it is not at all green. Green color is the forest. So we have very not thick forest is very missing in this India as per this Forest Survey of India details. After the next forest problem, the second most biggest problem is biodiversity loss. This is our major burning issue. So we have a lot of 90% area is already under biodiversity hotspots. Indo-Burma, Indo-Sri Lanka hotspots are there. We have 95% vegetation disappearing, 25 species are already gone. Of course, IUCN biodiversity will take it up. 1,212 animals or species are there in India. Out of that, 12% is endangered, and 69 are mammals, 456 are amphibians, and 23 are reptiles. So biodiversity slowly decreasing. We'll see next other slides. So this slide is clearly showing every 20 minutes we can see 3,500 human born, but one species going. Every 27,000 species lost every year. Every 60 minutes, 240 acres is destroyed. 70% of the world's known species are extinguished. 75% genetic diversity lost. So all these statistics, 1 out of 4 amphibian birds, canifers, mammals, everything is 7 marine turtles also going out. You know very well at the especially ocean, threatened extinction is going on. Next slide also, if we see, here also some biodiversity hotspots. So that's why we have identified. Lot of efforts are being taken by government. We have already 730 hotspots. Still, lot of extinction and things is going on. If we see this slide, we can see. So based on the biodiversity only, vulnerable animals, vulnerable is this one. Endangered animals are around 10%, and critically endangered bioorganisms are 7%. Still, data is of course not there. Remaining 19%, 40% still least concern. So all our flora and fauna we can classify in this biodiversity. There is acute loss of biodiversity is very important. So that third is the pollution issue. After deforestation and biodiversity, pollution issue is also a problem. We know very well Hyderabad, Delhi is the highest polluted. You can see all 54.5, PM 2.5, PM 10 is the limit 60. Our Hyderabad also slightly PM 60 is around 80. I think we are already exceeded in Hyderabad also, but 2.5 luckily we are less, but PM 2.5 is also increasing. Water pollution, 70% of the surface waters, rivers are still polluted. Even though construction of STP, still the pollution is not further. Waste management also, we have 3.4 million tons of plastic waste is being produced, and of course recycling is 30% only. This is the latest concept, planetary boundary. As long as whatever the parameters are there within the planetary. It should be within the planet only, but some 2-3 parameters it is exceeding. The biodiversity loss, nitrogen cycle, and climate change. These are already exceeded. We'll see in the next slides. So then we can understand. So many parameters we have taken: climate change, ozone depletion, atmosphere loading, all these parameters. Some data I have given here. So that all exceeding. Next slide we can see clearly. So this is the things. So all are aerosol loading, chemical pollution, fresh water, all these issues, okay, no problem. Even ozone depletion is also well within the 100%, 100 limit. So, okay, happy because the ozone now, ozone regeneration is going on. But climate change is exceeded 110, nitrogen cycle is 345, biodiversity is around 1000 times. That means these 3 parameters we have already exceeded. So, there is urgent need of saving of these things, these parameters. Here also you can see in the another scale. So here already it is tipped up, thermometer is already broken, biodiversity lost 1000%. That's why nitrogen cycle is already there. Remaining okay, tipping point, that's called the tipping point. Once the parameters, all various parameters, if it is crossed a tipping point, then means the planetary boundary is affected and there is a importance. That is why today's topic is we need of role of renewable energy. So we require solar, wind, hydropower, of course, reducing of fossil fuel, and of course, how individual we can support. Let us see. Renewable energy, you know, various statistics, lot of renewable, how much renewable energy? 21,000 megawatts, 21 lakhs. Wind power is around 11 lakhs, solar energy 7 lakhs, hydro, and of course, growth is gradually growing on. We know very well, instead of renewable energy capacity slowly increasing, 370 gigawatts. Then consumption also will say per capita consumption is also 18,410 milli mj persons. Transmission distribution losses are of course slowly now we have improved because of earlier one normal transformer we all high HVDC, high voltage direct current nowadays, no alternative, high voltage, because of high voltage direct current, thermal power stations and other things, they are reduced lot of transmission distribution losses, but still losses are there in the lower level. Renewable energy targets we have fixed already. 500 gigawatts is our target for the total renewable, non-renewable 2030. 73 gigawatts energy storage is already now going on by 30. So in that pumped storage is very, very important. This pumped storage, every state we have a lot of pumped storage. We are also working on pumped storage projects. Pumped storage because same water, same just like Srishalam Dam. It is many projects are coming up. Not only hydroelectric, so many new projects are coming in Maharashtra and many places, Assam also and other things. That is now future project is one. And another one is BESS. This is BESS, battery energy storage system. We having lot of production is there. Today solar energy is there, wind energy is there, everything is there. Storage is not there. So now the work is on battery energy storage system. Once storage is not there, then it is of no use. Daytime we will get production, but there is no storage in the night. It is of no use. So our all students research and everything should be on BESS only, battery energy storage system, and pumped storage and this renewable we have to work it on. So 50% total energy we are expecting by 2030 on this. Fossil fuels we have to reduce it. That's the only importance. So we have to go for renewable energy and fossil fuel. We are slowly phasing out of fossil fuel. We should not give any substitute to them, and of course derived funds from fossil fuel to renewable clean energy. But biogas also very, very important. EV adoption already we have seen already our Hyderabad, so many buses and other things are there. EV adoption is the next solution. Of course, we have good batteries, lithium, aluminum, nickel, so many technologies are coming in future. So I think that future, depending on lithium also will reduce. Lithium also being available in Rajasthan also we are happy. So hope that in future we will fully depend upon lithium. How we can help? What we can do? That's the only question. So we can reduce the carbon footprint. That's bike, public transport, energy conservation, all these things reduce. 3R, sustainability, reduce plastic, everything. Support eco-friendly business. That is very important. That is what is eco-friendly is reducing environmental impact. People also, these 3 Ps, that is ensuring fair labor practices and maintaining financial and participating in local cleanup and replantation. So some of the global initiatives we have seen. So UN and NGO, so many campaigns, we know this is the one of the campaign of UNDP, UNEP, so many programs are there. Sustainable development goals we know very well. Our goal is 13 climate action. We are very familiar with the INCOIS, also one of the very important role playing in this climate thing. UN climate summits, we know very well. Global clean energy advocacy is very important, and youth and community engagement. Corporate sector also has to do something, especially sustainable supply chain, energy efficiency, waste reduction, stakeholder engagement, green investment, and UNEP cleanup program. This one, this Walmart and so many other malls also now biodegradable plastic they are using. They are stopped already. So that is D-Mart or Walmart, everything. They recyclable plastic they are using. Next is countries pledging carbon emission. Paris Agreement, we know very well, and COP26 and COP28 agreements. I am not discussing. Over 130 clients pledged to halt deforestation by 2030. 100 nations for global methane pledge is also there by 30% reduction of methane. Of course, agreed to phase down coal and increase renewable energy. Many countries, more than 100 countries like this. Net zero is, of course, 2040 to 2070. India is 2070. So then conclusion, every action what we do is count. Our power shaped our planet. That's why we have to think of our power, how to get the clean power. Second is encourage all the persons to take a pledge. I know that is part of today's program. Share hashtags for online awareness. We are doing a lot of social media. Why can't you share at least 1 hour to some posts on Earth Day? Because it is every hour. We spend a lot of time on very things. Creating one or two posts on awareness also. That is so act now and our planet. So with this I am closing. Thank you. Yeah, any questions on answers? Welcome. Seems to be too technical, I don't know, but within short time. Yeah, biodiversity hotspots. So for example, even we thought of Aminpur Lake is there, one of the important biodiversity spots. Still, we have not recommended. Only some Kolleru Lake came. So many places are there. We need a detailed study of biodiversity. Actually, what is the flora and fauna? Everything. First, we have to get the information of all the things, and then biodiversity registers are there. We have even our APTR, we are preparing people's biodiversity registers, PBRs. We are giving training to many persons on estimating PBRs, how biodiversity to be assessed. So like this, we have to. I have not kept it, I think. But anyhow, I can share with you. So there are a lot of things. We have a biodiversity cell also. Any times we can share with INCOIS sort of things. Any others? Thank you for nice listening. Thank you.
This circular economy,
Yeah, please.
Circular economy.
Yeah.
And the energy concept, energy preservation. How it is related? You have any idea on that?
Yeah, because what happens, we are production is more and waste disposal is there. For example, your plastic waste is there. Unless recycling is not there, everything where it is going, it is going to ocean and something. Unless circular economy is there, circular economy is one of the most important training program. Actually, we are conducting a lot of training programs on circular economy. So everything circular economy. Water, how to circularly recycle and reduce the use. Similarly, in air pollution also, how to reduce the fossil fuel and renewable. Even plastic waste also, how to recycle and use it for plastic to oil and other things, some R&D works we are doing. So all these are a part of circular economy. We have good proposals in the circular economy. But future only circular economy, we cannot depend upon the raw material resources. Resources are already exhausted, mostly exhausted. Unless we go for recycling and reuse, it is we cannot survive in future. Future population may not survive. Now we may okay, but future is very difficult. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that enlightening presentation. Moving ahead, it is my pleasure to introduce the next speaker, our very own Dr. Sudhir Joseph, Scientist G, Division Head Arrow. Today, he will share his perspectives on blue energy contribution for India's energy sector. Sir, please.
full screen. Yeah, I'm pressing the button.
View, go to view and then
Just,
there is some panel used to come here.
yeah.
This is what you opened it in this one, what PPT thing, open with PDF viewer, yeah. Open with PDF viewer.
This is the PPT.
PDF viewer.
ఇదే కదన్నా
1 minute, 1 minute. Leave it. Open with Adobe Acrobat. You see.
కంట్రోల్ L. Press. This one.
Yeah, full screen. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, guests on the dais and my dear colleagues. Actually, today we are celebrating Earth Day, and I was called by Vijay on Saturday and told I have to give this talk, so I just clubbed together some slides and started working on it. Actually, then I started exploring what is the story of the Earth Day. Actually, some of the details have been already shared by the previous speaker. Actually, it was first decided to celebrate it on March 21st instead of the present celebration day of 22nd of April. But for the sake of students, because students will be available on vacation, that's why it was put to April 22nd. So there is a lot of importance for the younger generation to take this thing and make this planet more greener, which the older generation has spoiled. So that task is there left to you. Basically, we are supposed to come to this planet and leave it as such when we came, at least in that condition, if we cannot better it. So, and these are these are some of the thoughts, when we think about the Earth Day. Particularly this day, this was not just like a Father's Day, Mother's Day kind of thing. There were some people took it seriously, and there were some few acts which happened in US because of this movement. Because in US, the number of people who think about this and worry about this, that makes the formation of laws. So that way it created certain acts, and which is now very much prevalent in US. So basically, what drives the quest for India's renewable energy? As we know, as also the previous speaker told, the COP26, we have made a commitment to COP26 conference. We have made a commitment that we will be achieving net zero by 2070, and India also leads in a mission innovation. Where the globally 23 countries and European Union are working to accelerate the energy revolution, because we know, though we are talking about the blue energy, green energy, and all, technology is not mature to tap all these potential. Though potential is there, so that's what we have assessed, but still there are a lot of challenges to exploiting this potential. If you look at historically, this is the kind of carbon dioxide emissions during past several years. We see some years it is less. These were associated with large-scale wars. When at least human beings are fighting each other, they were not able to spoil the earth. So that way, emissions were less. And as COVID, you can see there is some reduction during COVID also. And one important thing to notice here is that from 2019, if we calculate the rate at which it was increased, CO2 emission was increasing 2019, it was supposed to be here somewhere. So, but because of the use of the solar and other renewable energy resources, the rate has slightly reduced. It's not that absolute value got reduced, but the rate has slightly reduced. So if we are able to tap more and more renewable energy resources, so we should be able to make this planet more livable. And when we look at the marine meteorological and hydrological energy from the energy which we are talking about, this is the kind of share which different energy forms are sharing today. So OTAC is having the maximum, followed by wave, followed by salinity gradient and the tidal. And when we look at the current deployment, most of it is from the tidal barges, and there is a small percentage. The blue, the violet one is the others. That violet one is the second circle, which is just 13 megawatts. This circle, this percentage we need to increase with newer technologies and newer developments in this one. So if we look at the maturity level of different technologies, as we can see, the tidal thing is the maximum, which we have seen the present contribution also, contribution also, tidal thing is maximum. Then comes the tidal range is the first, the maximum developed technology, followed by tidal stream, wave energy, OTEC, ocean currents, salinity gradient, and this is the order in which it is the energy maturity level of the energy technology. And what you can see here on this circular thing is the percentage of patents. Like 54% of the patents are done with wave energy tapping. And the tidal energy follows 41%, and remaining percentage, OTEC has some 3% and smaller percentage in tidal energy. Sorry, the salinity gradient energy. There are technical challenges for this offshore tapping of energies. Basically, as we know, the salt water is highly corrosive. If you wanted to put a solar panel or any other things, we need to be using metals which are costlier than the normal metals which we use for constructing the structures. And also we have environmental challenges. It can affect the biota and marine protected areas it can affect, and decommissioning of offshore structures can be a problem, like waste management again. And it can also collide with large marine mammals, like the whales and other things. So when we talk about the marine energy, we can classify them broadly into marine meteorological energy, which is the floating solar. And as we can see, there is a continuous increase in this proportion of this energy usage, and by 2030, this is going to be like 30,000 megawatt capacity is expected. And in this, the leading countries are China, Japan, Indonesia, India, South Korea, Thailand, and Vietnam. So this is something which we have done at INCOIS with the help of our team of scientists, which I will be showing towards the end of this thing, the contribution of different things. And when we see that solar potential, we can see that this, whatever you are seeing on this one is the annual mean solar potential, and here you can see the annual cumulative, and this is what we have, the more than 4 kilowatt hour per meter square per day. And this is the sectors, different sectors, how the energy, the solar potential is available. Here we can see the seasonality. So basically, there is a lot of seasonal and the temporal and the spatial diversity in the availability of energy, which is one way is a blessing, because when one source is not available, other sources can be tapped. This is, now we will look into the wind energy. Wind energy is the second most matured technology when we look at. This is how we computed it, and this is the wind energy potential from the Indian EEZ. As you can see, the seasonality when it comes to the maximum is during the May, June, July. This, instead of that seasonal double peak, we have a single peak in case of wind energy. Then comes to the actual marine hydrological energy resources, the ocean wave, tidal and current energy, and salinity gradients and temperature gradients. So here is the wave energy potential, which also has something similar seasonal pattern like winds. And this is the wave power density, which is tappable, which is more than 2 kilowatt and less than 5 kilowatt as per the present technology, which can be tapped. As you can see, there is a good potential in the Andaman Nicobar Island area also. When we look at these energy resources from the marine sector, the problem, one challenge is that when we talk about the production, it should be economically viable. But when for the mainland, when we have the other sources, when we approach private parties for this kind of technology, the concern will be that if I am able to produce power at a lesser cost, why should I waste my investment for this kind of thing. So when we talk about the islands, the energy production there is very costly, because most of the islands, they will be transporting diesel to those islands, and then they will be using that to generate energy. In such islands, at least they can be used as test laboratories for this kind of energy, marine energy forms, so that the technology can be tested there and it can be matured there. And once we have the maturity and the economic viability, it can be used for the mainland also. So this is the India's tidal potential. As we can see, there is something called slack period. This is before the slack period, limit removal. The entire in the EEZ, how the tidal energy availability is there. You can see there is some pocket in the Gulf of Kutch. Maximum area is here, and then followed by the Bay of Bengal, northern Bay of Bengal, and then by the Andaman area. When we look at, after removing the slack period, which is the minimum potential which is required to generate the energy, means the minimum, the slope, basically when we look at the tidal range, when the tide is going up, it accumulates, you have to construct a barge, and when it accumulates the water there. But when it comes down, there is a place where the both levels are balancing. So that balance, if it is the velocity is very low, then the production will become unviable. So that's what the slack period. If you apply the slack period, then the maximum potential is from the Gulf of Kutch only. Other area, it is there, but it is very minimal. And there is very less seasonality for the tidal energy. Then this comes about the ocean currents. So ocean currents, as far as ocean currents are concerned, our east coast is having maximum because of the presence of the East India coastal current. And this is where the 0.5 meter per second, after applying the 0.5 meter per second threshold is applied, and then you can see this much only is our potential. It is, compared to all other energy sources, is very minimal. And we need to have a mature technology, because as we have seen in the first slide, the maturity level of this current energy is very less. So we need to have more work, technical work to develop technologies to tap this form of energy. Thermal gradient energy is another area where we have a huge potential. Actually, our sister organization NIOT is working on it, and they have already successfully commissioned the desalination plant in Kavaratti and Lakshadweep. That same technology in different, slightly modification, with the modification of that technology, it can be used for production of the thermal gradient energy. They are now working towards setting up such a energy plant in Andaman, and they are also working a kind of hybrid approach with solar panel also deployed in this area. As you can see, there is a very slight seasonality in the water energy production. Then comes the salinity gradient energy. In fact, this is something which started developing in 1970s, and there were various people estimated those days there were like very limited sources of data, and the initial estimates were between 1.4 and 2.6 terawatt, and then later it is understood that almost like 15,000 terawatt hour per year, because of large rivers which is releasing to the ocean, like Amazon and other area. Globally, there is this much potential for the salinity gradient energy. There are two well-known technologies for tapping this energy. One is the pressure retarded osmosis, and the other one is the reversed electrodialysis. The red is the maximum used technology. As of now, only one country in the world has this plant, which is the Netherlands. They have a working plant, and that is, it may not be like economically profitable, but they are running it as a technological demonstration. IIT Mumbai in India is doing a pilot project to demonstrate this technology in India. So we have looked at 13 rivers along the Indian coast, and this is for the different rivers, what is the potential. Here also you can see the maximum potential is for the southeast sector, where the majority of the river, and there is river-wise, it is maximum is for Godavari, which releases maximum water. So this is the total energy estimates, as we saw already, the maximum potential is from the solar and winds, the marine, atmospheric parts, then followed by the ocean hydrological part. So this is the team which made this possible. Actually, Dr. Mahendra and Dr. Mohandi were working with the tidal energy part. Dr. Harikumar was doing the wind energy component. Dr. Remya was doing the wave energy, and Kiran was helping us for the GIS part. And Surya, Gaurav, Mithun also was contributing the wave, and Surya, Gaurav, and all were contributing to the salinity, thermal gradient, energy things. And Acharyalu was contributing to the wind. Vishnu Tejasvi was also helping in the web team, and Govinda was also helping something related to the salinity gradient. And it was reviewed by Dr. S. Gomathi Nayakam, Director General of NIVE, and other members of the committee. Now we comes for call for action, which Director was mentioning. Actually, this is when we, as an individual, if we are not contributing, there is not much meaning for Earth Day we are celebrating in office. So this is my solar panel at home. It generates 5 kilowatt energy, and this is for last 3 years production. And I am getting credit from the government. I am giving power to the Telangana Electricity Board. I am getting a credit of 31,000 as of now. So this is it gives a CO2 kind of thing. And when we talk about the solar panel, it is not only for those who are having individual houses or that kind of constraints are not there. Even for the window shades, we can make it a solar panel. Your power bill will get reduced considerably. This is a flat, where on the balcony you can fix this. These are options available today, and today's panels are very effective. They can even produce energy from the reflected light. Then comes the waste management, which we can do at home. This is called black soldier, larvae. Basically, it's a fly, basically, black soldier fly. So this is it comes with the waste. It generates naturally in the waste. So you can use this one to decompose your kitchen waste and then convert it into manure. So this is practically possible. This is also from my house, this picture. And if you are worried about these worms and other things, you can go for this little bit modernized thing. Here, there is something like composting material is there, so with which you can generate. This can be even placed in your flats or wherever it is. It can be in a room within your house also. These are some of the producers from my terrace garden, so I thought I'll share this. Then comes to about our water management. A lot of rooftop water is getting wasted into the public roads, and it is creating nuisance for the drains, and also it is creating floods elsewhere. So if we are taking care of that rooftop water from individual houses or our own flats, it can be used for the regeneration of water or recharging the bore wells or the natural other wells. And also the water can be collected and used. Dr. Rahman filters his rooftop water and uses it for his some months at least. He's contributing. He's trying that method, and it can be used. And this is my gate where I have made this channel. It can go to. It is instead of going to the road. This channel will allow the water to go and sink into the earth there. There's a kind of pit there, so it will go and sink there. Basically, this is the approach for recharging the bores. So this will have filter media, and rooftop water can be channeled to this thing, and it can be filtered and cleaned, and then it can be put into the recharge the bore. So hopefully, if we take photograph, whatever we envision, if we take photograph from the parking area of our INCOIS, we may see this in future. I believe we will be able to make it, and it will not be that difficult. Thank you for your kind attention, and I thank Director INCOIS and the team who worked to make this thing possible and inviting me for this talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sudhi, for an informative talk. He has set an example as a researcher and as an individual as to how we can take care of the health of our planet. Now, it is my honor to introduce our chief guest, Dr. W.G. Prasanna Kumar, a renowned figure in the fields of sustainable development, environmental governance, and education. His contributions have inspired many across the nation. Dr. W.G. Prasanna Kumar is a senior social scientist working with the Telangana Pollution Control Board for community engagement, facilitating adaptation to climate change, and disaster risk reduction. He is also the honorary chairman of the National Environment Education Academic Network, honorary convener of the Samskriti Foundation. He was formerly UNESCO Chair on Experiential Learning, Work Education and Community Engagement, as well as Chairman, Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education for over 6.5 years. He is presently working on promotion of public hygiene and environmental well-being in the state of Telangana and previously handled the same subject in higher education institutions all over the country. Dr. Prasanna Kumar is an expert trainer in rural engagement, environment education, disaster management, crowd management, emergency administration, and experiential learning, contributing to the training and education system of India through advisory, advocacy, academic, and professional interventions. He is a Department of Personnel and Training Government of India trainer in mentoring. He has been a resource person for the All India and Central Civil Services Foundation course in disaster management and incident response system for over 9 years. His unique focus is on skill-based capacity building, experiential learning, case method of management learning, practice of entrepreneurship, vocational education, sustainability, and rural concerns. He has been effective in developing network-based collaborative curricular interventions and field engagement both at higher education and school education levels. He is presently on the Regional Empowered Committee of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and member of the Environment Education Curriculum Committee of NCRT. Let's warmly welcome Dr. Prasanna Kumar for his special address. Sir.
Thank you very much, Meenakshi, for taking 5 minutes of my 15 minutes time. Friends, Earth Day is always a haunting memory. In 1997, I joined the Telangana Pollution Control Board as a social scientist. Now I am senior social scientist, whatever that means. In 98, I was to conduct Earth Day program. We conducted in Press Club, considering that there will be good publicity for the program. So we had the best of the speakers in Hyderabad who could speak on environment available. They were all on the dais. In the audience, there were nobody. So I was expecting that at least a press people will be there, but they were also not there. So as part of the program, we also had a song and drama program. So those song and drama people who were supposed to be there on the dais, they were sitting in the audience. So the speakers were speaking eloquently, very, very intelligently, and they were telling all interesting things, but the audience did not know English. And those people were pabichare. They wanted to do a small song and drama performance. वो लोग बकरे बन गए. तो वो लोग they were subjected. So it's always nightmarish to think of Earth Day. And then the next year, in 1999, I had conducted a rally with school children on tank bund, on plastic waste. That day by evening, I was hauled up. There was a meeting conducted on me in the Chief Minister's office, where my member secretary was also called, and the Secretary Urban Development and Municipal Administration also was called. The reason was I did this rally on plastics, and the Plastic Manufacturers Association has sent a ream of representation saying that this fellow is anti-national, he is talking anti-plastic, there should be action taken on him. So all these fax messages went, those days fax was there. So all these fax messages went to CM's office. So S.V. Prasad ji was the Chief Minister's secretary. Tisharak Chatterjee was the member secretary of our board. And then we had Hariharanji, who also belongs to Kerala. So he was the secretary, urban affairs. So all three of them were discussing about whether I should be dismissed or suspended for doing what? For doing an environmental awareness rally with school children on plastic waste on the tank bund. So that day, after the rally was done, we went to the dais. The program was conducted in Birla Science Center. When we went to that program, the participants in the rally were there in the audience, like you are there. No? Bakre hai, nahi ja sakte kahin bhi. So I was wondering kitne log rahenge room mein. So by the time I came in, I said, captive audience है, भागेगा नहीं ये लोग. क्योंकि मीनाक्षी जी, I was told that only 1 hour time. Already 1 hour time is over. अभी कितने लोग घड़ी देख रहे हैं मुझे पता नहीं है. But anyway, the point is, those were all those audience, all those people in the audience were there, but speakers नहीं है. 98 में speakers थे, audience नहीं थे. अभी 99 में speakers नहीं है, audience hai. Then I had called those days, P.K. Mohanty was the municipal commissioner, Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. Those days DHMC was not formed. So his name also is Prasanna Kumar. My name is also Prasanna Kumar. So he thought that maybe some boy, some young fellow, those days I was young, so wanted to do some program. Let me go करके वो आ गए. So he came and he saw the audience and he spoke and he left. So friends, to get audience is difficult. That's what Gaylord Nelson was handling in 1970 when this Earth Day concept came in. Earth Day is basically for doing agitation, not to do conferencing. Earth Day is to actually pinpoint and present important aspects on which urgent environmental action is required. तो हम लोग हर चीज़ को कॉन्फ्रेंस में बदल देते, वैसे ही अर्थ डे को भी कॉन्फ्रेंस में बदल दिए. My connection with your institution is by way of knowing your work, and since I work in disaster management, I'm a trainer there. I work for NIDM and NDMA training programs also, apart from the MCRHRD training programs. I hear your institution, about your institution several times. Recently we were doing a post-disaster need assessment for the floods the flash floods which happened in September last year in Suryapet, Mahbubabad and those places. So during that time also the role of INCOIS in actually warning and things like that came up. While I was studying about your organization, there was one point which came up that ISRO जैसा institution यहाँ पर भी बनाना है. मैं सोचा क्यों नहीं, क्यों INCOIS तो है. Anyway, people want to institutionalize institutions. They want to have more institutions and more institutions. Probably they want to have some other institution. अभी सब लोगों के लिए प्रमोशन या नहीं मिल पाएगा तो दूसरा इंस्टीट्यूशन खड़ा कर देंगे. Sudhir ji, when he was sitting there, he didn't know that his name was here. So he said he was surprised that his name is there, so he came onto the dais. Till yesterday, I didn't know that I am coming here. So only in the evening yesterday, I was told that you need to go there. Boss has some other work. That's why I came here. So I am not the main speaker. I am only speaking on behalf of the main speaker, main chief guest. So that way you know why I am speaking all this. Whatever I spoke till now I did not have anything to do with the solar power or Earth Day. But I gave you some connection. After all, I need to connect. I am a social scientist. So friends, the issues which are there in front of us are huge. बट थोड़े लोग काम करते हैं, जैसे सुधीर जी है, उनके घर के सामने सोलर एनर्जी खड़ा कर दी उन्होंने, और वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग भी कर दिया है, और ही इज़ ऑल्सो प्लांटिंग ट्रीज एंड ही हैज़ ए ड्रीम फॉर द इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑल्सो. वो बताया लास्ट में ना, ग्रीन वाला, तो अच्छा है. He has got a dream for himself and also for the institution. Nice to have leaders like that in the institutions. Institutions and nations require leaders who are visionaries and who can also show us the vision, not just see the vision. Lot of people see the vision, but they don't show us the vision. अब थोड़े लोग show us the illusion, and they call it as a vision. That also is a problem. So you have a lot of young people here. So 1970 और 2070 वाला विजन आपको देखना है ना. हम लोग को जाना है यहाँ से, लेकिन आप लोगों को रहना है, आपको देखना है वो रियलिटी. हम लोग जब बच्चे थे वो बिगिनिंग ऑफ द करियर, we've seen Vision 2020. So that was a very big thing. I was part of that visioning group for the state of Andhra Pradesh. So 5 people were picked up from environment sector, so I was also part of that. And then I gave a presentation at that time to the chief minister, and all ministers and all secretaries were sitting there. And I was giving the presentation. जब कुछ भी नहीं पता है तो अच्छा बात कर सकते हैं. So that's what I have done. I did not know anything, so I had a vision. So I was contributing to the vision. तो मैं जब बात करना शुरू कर दिया, देवेंद्र गौड़ was our home minister at that time. He said, क्या बक रहे हो तुम? ये कैसा possible है? So then immediately Chandrababu Naidu was sitting next to him. He said that at least one fellow is visioning. Let him vision at least. You can't even vision. आपका तो पूरा illusion पड़ा हुआ है. तो इनको थोड़ा vision कर रहे हैं तो vision करने दो. He is dreaming of a situation. मेरा dream में ऐसा था कि buses are going on the road and they have solar panels on the head. So solar panel is actually contributing to the energy. When the bus or any vehicle is traveling in the daytime, the energy for that vehicle will be from the solar source. ऐसा मेरा विजन था उस दिन. एटलीस्ट ड्रीम तो करो यार, ड्रीम भी नहीं करेंगे तो कैसा है. तो मैंने वो ड्रीम कर लिया था और वो बता रहा था. एंड देन व्हेन आई केम हियर, नायर साहब बता रहे थे कि सर यहाँ पर थोड़ा वो पोल्यूशन का प्रॉब्लम है. तो और हमारे आसपास के लोग भी बहुत पुकारते हैं उसके पोल्यूशन के बारे में. एंड दोज डेज वी हैड ब्लास्ट, राइट. सो ब्लास्ट पर वो नॉइस पोल्यूशन, अभी नॉइस पोल्यूशन का अलग सा नॉइस पोल्यूशन आ रहा है, पोल्यूशन का नॉइस पोल्यूशन आ रहा है. So people are shouting about the horrible air in the neighborhood. Actually, this is the highly polluted area जहाँ पर आप लोग बनाए. आपको ऐसे ही आसानी से जगह नहीं मिला यहाँ पर. polluted है इसीलिए मिल गया. तो यहाँ पर आ गए, बस गए. और आप लोग you have put lot of greenery here. Nice that beautiful place. I really loved your campus. बट वो स्टार्टिंग में क्या कह दिए, विश यू ए वार्म वेलकम या वार्म कुछ बोल दिया. तो ये तो वार्म का सीज़न है, यहाँ पर वार्म नहीं बोलना, ठंडा बोलना है. सो ठंडा वेलकम है आप सब लोगों को, ऐसा बोलना है. तो हमको ठंडापन को बढ़ाना है ना, वार्म को नहीं बढ़ाना है. हम पहले ही वार्म है हम लोग. वार्म क्या, हॉट है. तो द टोटल सिचुएशन इज़ वेरी वेरी हॉट. आउटसाइड इज़ वेरी हॉट. एंड गर्मी, दिमाग में भी गर्मी ज़्यादा हो गया. थोड़ा ठंडा दिल से काम करना है, ठंडा दिमाग से भी काम करना है. ऐसे सिचुएशन पे हम लोग यहाँ पर बसे हैं. सो फ्रेंड्स, योर कंट्रीब्यूशन एज एन इंस्टीट्यूशन टू सुनामी वार्निंग इज़ ह्यूज. वैसे सुनामी एक ही बार आया, बार बार नहीं आया फॉर्चुनेटली. जब दूसरा बार सुनामी आया था, मैं वहाँ पर जापान में ही था. फुकुशिमा जब सुनामी आया था तो आई वॉज already 45 days in Japan. At that time tsunami occurred, and after that 45 days I was still there. So lot of my friends thought that ये गया tsunami में. गया तो नहीं है क्योंकि वैसा जाना नहीं था, तो मैं वहीं पर था. That day when the tsunami occurred, it was around 2 o'clock. In Japanese time it was 2 o'clock. We went to a field trip. So I was in a field trip. तो वहाँ पर the field trip organizer and the place where we went to some PCB management. PCB is not pollution control board, वो polychlorobiphenyl वाला उसको PCB को handle करने का place था. It was an incinerator. So we went there to see that. At the gate they were talking about tsunami. So I heard only tsunami. Rest of thing is all Japanese. तो थोड़ा थोड़ा जापानीज मैं भी समझता हूँ, लेकिन उतना नहीं. तो then when I returned back, lot of phone calls were there on my phone. उस दिन गनीमत मैं घर में छोड़ के गया था phone रूम में. Lot of phone calls were there, And then those days, this Google Talk was there, no? So my daughter was sitting, Facebook Talk. So my daughter was sitting on the machine. जैसे मैं खोला, how she said, "How are you?" The first message I got is, "How are you?" I said, "I am very fine. Oh, we are worried about you." फिर बाद में टीवी ऑन किया तो पता चला कि सुनामी है. जापान वैसे वो लोग बोलते हैं छोटा कंट्री नहीं है, बहुत बड़ा कंट्री है. ये एक जगह से दूसरा जगह तक मोर देन 1200 किलोमीटर्स जगह है. वो एक कोने पे सुनामी हुआ था, हम लोग दूसरे कोने पे थे. वी वर इन किटाक्युशु एंड सुनामी अकर्ड इन टोक्यो. तो सुनामी अक्कर हुआ है करके सब लोग यहाँ पर शोर मचाए. एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंड वाज, since I have gone there on training for 3 months and everybody in the department knew it, so these messages went from one place to other place. Chief secretary को भी पहुंच गया और assembly वो embassy को भी पहुंच गया message. Japanese embassy our fellows were frantically calling, and then somebody told my wife that जापान में सुनामी. अब वो रोने लगी है, जाके साईं बाबा गुरु टेम्पल में बैठ गई, वहाँ पर पूजा कर रही है वो. तो माई डॉटर इज सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कंप्यूटर एंड माई वाइफ सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ द गॉड एंड देन आस्किंग फॉर माई सेफ्टी. द मोमेंट दे न्यू दैट आई एम सेफ, दैट मैसेज वॉज फ्लैश्ड ऑल अक्रॉस. बट द पॉइंट इज हमको टोक्यो भी देखना था. वो लोग बोले आप टोक्यो नहीं जा सकते क्योंकि वहाँ पर ये हुआ है, हादसा हुआ है. I wanted to see Tokyo. अरे जापान गए, टोक्यो भी नहीं देखे आए, क्या देखे आए? So we were very, very unhappy. They removed Tokyo from our destinations. See, Tokyo, all of you are familiar with international situation. But एक छोटा सा question पूछता हूँ, so that I can close my discussion. वैसे 4-10 हो गया ना? तो how many, you know about segregation, waste segregation, no? How many types of waste segregation, how many categories of waste is the way the waste is segregated in Japanese, in Tokyo? What is your guess? कितने bins? 1 bin, 2 bin, 3 bin, कितने होंगे? आपका guess है? 4, 5, 10. हर्राज है, बोलो कुछ भी number. Auction number, no? You can say some number. Yeah, any other number? There were no segregation in Tokyo. अरे सबसे डेवलप्ड कंट्री में आता है वो, वहाँ पर सेग्रीगेशन कुछ नहीं है. ओके. और हम लोग एक विलेज में गए थे जिसका नाम है इमारी. ओके. वहाँ पर कितने टाइप का सेग्रीगेशन हो सकते हैं आपके माइंड में? वी वेंट टू ए रूरल प्लेस. टोक्यो को बताया मैंने, जहां पर कोई सेग्रीगेशन नहीं है, सब मिला के डालो उसमें इंसिनरेटर में. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक वुड बी इन वन रूरल प्लेस मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ सेग्रीगेशन? बोलो यार कुछ नंबर. 4, 5. आई विल वेट टिल द लास्ट नंबर अराइव्स. या अभी वो already you went into Google. Google Amma Chappu. So Google Amma tells you 36 categories of waste segregation. Each house has those type of segregation. So technology ऐसा है कि जहाँ पर हो सकता है वहाँ पर टेक्नोलॉजी का बात करते हैं. जहाँ जो टेक्नोलॉजी हो सकता है वो टेक्नोलॉजी का बात करते हैं हम लोग. टेक्नोलॉजी एक न्यूट्रल नहीं होता है, ऑल परवेजिव नहीं होता है. इकोनॉमिक्स के मुताबिक टेक्नोलॉजी होता है. ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट. सो व्हाट इज दैट विच इज प्रमोटेड इज नॉट व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड बट व्हाट इज टेक्नोलॉजिकली पॉसिबल विच इज इकोनॉमिकली पॉसिबल. तो इकोनॉमी बॉस होता है, इसका बाद में टेक्नोलॉजी पैदा होता है. लेकिन आपको पता है ना आज के दिन लोग कौन गोरा? ट्रम्प डिसाइड्स व्हाट टेक्नोलॉजी वर्क्स एंड व्हाट टेक्नोलॉजी डजंट वर्क. वो सबसे बॉस है क्योंकि वो इकोनॉमी के मुताबिक चलता है. सो इकोनॉमी बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हेन वी आर हैंडलिंग व्हाटएवर. अभी जो सुधीर साहब ने करा है, आप लोग नहीं करेंगे. क्यों नहीं करेंगे? जब पैनल का रेट कम हो जाएगा, जब घर के पास आके पीछे पड़ेगा वो, अरे यार पैनल लगाओ. जब नौकरी नहीं मिलती वहाँ से भगाए जाते. When people come back from US, what will they do? They will sell. They will sell solar panels to you. They will come, they'll say fit also. They will do fitting, they will do turning, they know everything. कुछ भी काम है करने के लिए रेडी है, क्योंकि वहाँ पर नौकरी नहीं है. अब यहाँ से जाएंगे कहाँ पर? उम्मीद भी नहीं है कहीं जाएंगे करके. So technology which is economically viable functions. अब वो economically viable के लेवल पे जाना है तो सुधीर जी जैसा बकरे बनना है हमको. तो पहले those people who do it first. So they will spend more money also, so that we can spend less money. Sujit ji, thank you very much for being there, for being there in that position. So when we are talking about our power, so how does it become our power? Our power is you own it. Like he is actually giving and he is getting some 34,000? 31,000. So 31,000 he has got positive. He is contributing and he is getting additionally. हम लोग सब ट्रांसको को पैसे देते हैं, इनको ट्रांसको को पैसा देता है, हमारा पैसा ही देता है. तो ऐसा सिचुएशन होना है कि हम सब कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे and then we get munafa out of that. Our contribution gets rewarded. So it requires that type of effort, and that effort requires lot of campaigning, lot of mobilization, lot of Sudhirjis, and lot of INCOISes, and lot of this Pragati Nagar area. So initially when this area is a place no-go area, यहाँ पर सब लोग आके बस गए और घर खरीद लिए और घर बना लिए. Every day we get phone calls saying that pollution हो रहा है. अरे वहाँ पर pollution ही होता है, कुछ नहीं होता है. तो वहाँ पर जाके आपने बसा लिया है और बोलता है वहाँ पर नहीं है. ऐसे ही है. When we went to one place in, I told you about Kitakyushu, the river was in 7 colors, the sky was in 7 colors with the amount of pollution which was spewed. But that was the initial stages. Now the river is clean, the sea is clean. You can go, you can play, you can see underneath. 7 feet down में आपको दिखता है, sparkling, clean. So technology, when it grows over a period of time, it becomes normal, natural, and all pervasive, and then you will have cleaner location. So मैं पहले when I receive some complaints from this area, अरे ये लोग गए वहाँ पर मुसीबत में फंस गए और they are asking us to get them out. But आप लोग you have to keep asking so that you will be out of it. So this area or any area which is right now highly polluted will over a period of time come out of that if there is this seeking, asking, and this tough questioning which comes across everywhere. So that is essential. So आप लोगों को बार-बार complaint करना है. I will be checking how many complaints INCOIS is sending to Pollution Control Board. Keep on sending. So you have the duty to complain, repeatedly complain till action is taken. नहीं तो नहीं होगा, क्योंकि वो नहीं हो पाता है वैसा आसानी से. We have to show that there is pressure on this side so that the action can happen from this side. यहाँ से pressure नहीं है तो क्यों ऐसा पुकारे यार कि what is the my boss, I will tell you a secret and close. Time हो गया ना? She's keeping the time. So my boss used to tell that whenever there is a complaint from public, he would tell me, this looks like a genuine complaint यार, but इसके ऊपर मैं कुछ action लूँ ना, immediately वो political वहाँ से CM ऑफिस से phone आएगा. आप ऐसा करो, इन लोगों को बताओ कि जाके मीडिया में बता दो. तो मीडिया में इतना बड़ा छप गया है और एक पेपर में आए तो दूसरा पेपर में भी छपा दो. You give information to the other fellow also. So different newspapers are publishing on that. So these newspaper clippings go to CM's office. Every day there is a duty for Commissioner Information Public Relations to give clippings, press clippings of various newspapers on various departments. That goes to the CM. CM's main duty is to first morning check all newspapers and look at which department, which issues are there, and tell those departments to take action. तो ये पूरा इतना पेपर में आने के बाद में सीएम क्या बोलेगा? अरे इसके ऊपर एक्शन लो. That is what we were looking for. सीएम के ऑफिस से आया है एक्शन लो करके, एक्शन ले लिया हमने. क्या करेंगे यार, यू गो एंड टॉक टू द सीएम. तो सीएम के ऑफिस से ही आया एक्शन लेना है करके, तो कैसे रोकेंगे? सो यू नीड टू क्रिएट दैट प्रेशर. सो लॉट ऑफ पीपल से दैट ब्यूरोक्रेसी काम नहीं करती. अरे ब्यूरोक्रेसी का काम ही काम नहीं करना है. उनका काम ही, आपके पास एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन अकाउंट्स वाले होते हैं ना, वैसे ही है. उनको कुछ काम नहीं करना है, उनको उनको काम नहीं करना है. नहीं, सीरियसली, ब्यूरोक्रेसी इज डिफाइंड एज इम्पार्शियल, न्यूट्रल, एनोनिमस. माने दे शुड नॉट यूज देयर ears, should not see and should not have heart, probably should not use the mind also. तो ऐसा वाला सिचुएशन में होता है, तो उसको हम लोग यहाँ से ढकले तो वहाँ जाता है, वहाँ से ढकलने से यहाँ पर आ जाता है. तो आपको इफ यू वांट एक्शन, ढकलना जरूरी है. तो यू हैव टू यूज प्रेशर. You have to go talk to the accounts officer, talk to the administrative officer several times. Nageshwar Rao ji, Raghavendra Rao ji. Raghavendra ji. It's not wrong because he's given orders by the director. अरे कुछ नहीं करना है तुमको. उसको पहले ही बोल देते कुछ नहीं करना है, कुछ नहीं करना है. आप बस you keep on nodding the head or don't look at the person. So most of the time when you go to Raghavendra ji's table, he will not look at you also. He is looking seriously some file. कितने देर ठहरेंगे आप? After 10 minutes, after 5 minutes, आप नर्वस हो जाएंगे. आप नर्वस होने के बाद में तब उसको आपको देखता है. तो then automatically when you are nervous, you are half of your power is gone. ऐसे ही है डेमोक्रेसी, ऐसे ही ब्यूरोक्रेसी है. It's not wrong. The demands are more than your supply capacity. तो इसलिए आपको ढकलते ही रहना है, बार बार पुश करते रहना है. प्रगति नगर वाले और आप सब लोग मिलके कंटिन्यूसली यू हैव टू गिव कंप्लेंट्स. नॉट ओनली गिव कंप्लेंट्स, यू हैव टू राइट टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट. उन लोगों को भी कुछ काम देना है ना, तो सबको काम देना है. तो सबको लेटर लिखना है. तो कोई ना कोई उठा लेगा उसको, एनजीटी वाला उठा लेगा. समटाइम्स दे आल्सो हैव एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू सी इट. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम नो, बट समटाइम्स दे आल्सो लुक एट इट. So when they look at it, some action will be happening. So environmental arena में, if you are looking for action, persistence for action is essential. If you are not persisting, ऐसा नहीं कि ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाता, नहीं होता है. आपका घर में वो टवलिया वहां पर फेंका है, उसको निकालने के लिए कितने बार पुकारते घर वाले, अरे निकालो टवल, वहां से निकालो टवल, वहां चप्पल निकालो, वहां टवल निकालो. अरे बोल बोल के थक जाते हैं, उनका पूरे भी बाल सफ़ेद हो जाते हैं या झड़ जाते हैं. तो ऐसा ही हमारे घर वाले हमारे से ये मुसीबत है, तो हम बाहर वालों को देख रहे तो उनको भी ऐसी है ना. वी हैव टू कीप ऑन योर कंसिस्टेंट स्ट्रगल इज एसेंशियल so that some action is possible. So Earth Day always is a time when this requirement for persistence and this persistence for action is flagged and repeatedly mentioned. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity of interacting with you. आपका टाइम थोड़ा मैंने वेस्ट कर दिया, मेरे को माफ़ कर देना. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your life stories and also for the motivational talk. Now I request everyone to kindly stand and join us in the Earth Day Commitment Pledge, led by our chief guest.
I'm okay with any language, Hindi, English, Gujarati, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu. बोथ. माने ये होने के बाद में ये या एवरी सेंटेंस एक टाइम अच्छा एक साइड होने के बाद में, ठीक है. आई एम फाइन विद दैट. ओके, मेरा हिंदी में भी गलती हो सकती है, इंग्लिश में भी गलती हो सकती है, क्योंकि दोनों भी मेरा मातृभाषा नहीं है. आई गेट दैट एडवांटेज. ओके, I do. We put our hand like this. Yeah. Unless you have hand ache or something like that. Okay. Right. I do hereby solemnly pledge to consciously reduce my energy consumption by switching off all electrical equipment, computers and lights when not in use, optimizing the use of natural light in our facility, and promoting energy efficient practices both at my workplace and home to actively support INCOIS's zero waste mission by properly segregating waste, eliminating single-use plastics from my daily routine, and championing the principles of reduce, reuse, and recycle in all organizational activities, to respect our connection to the oceans by conserving water resources, reporting leakages promptly, and using water judiciously in recognition of its precious nature, to embrace digital solutions for meetings, documentation, and communication whenever possible, supporting INCOIS's transition to a paperless work environment, to apply my scientific understanding towards sustainable practices and share this knowledge with colleagues, family, and community, amplifying our collective impact on environmental conservation. I take this pledge with the understanding that my individual actions contribute to our institutional responsibility toward environmental and the sustainability of natural resources of our Mother Earth for the present and future generations. हिंदी में हाथ दुख रहा है ओके यू वांट डू इट इन हिंदी ऑल्सो ठीक है मैं एक जिम्मेदार कर्मचारी के रूप में सच्चता से प्रतिज्ञा करता हूँ मैं उपयोग में ना होने पर सभी बिजली उपकरण कंप्यूटर और लाइट बंद करके अपनी ऊर्जा खपत को कम करूँगा हमारे परिसर में प्राकृतिक रोशनी का अनुकूल उपयोग करूँगा तथा अपने कार्यालय और घर दोनों जगह कम ऊर्जा के उपयोग को बढ़ावा दूंगा कचरे को उचित रूप से अलग करके अपनी रोजाना जीवन से एकल उपयोग प्लास्टिक को हटाकर तथा सभी संगठनात्मक कार्यों में प्लास्टिक के उपयोग में कटौती पुनः उपयोग और पुनः चक्रण के सिद्धांतों को बढ़ावा देकर 21 के शून्य कचरा मिशन का सक्रिय रूप से सहयोग करूँगा। महासागरों से हमारे संबंध के महत्व का सम्मान करते हुए जल संसाधनों का बचाव करके रिसाव की तुरंत रिपोर्ट करके तथा जल की अनमोल प्रकृति को ध्यान में रखते हुए सावधानी से उसका उपयोग करूँगा। जब भी संभव हो बैठकों रिकॉर्ड रखने और संचार के लिए डिजिटल समाधान अपनाऊंगा, जिससे इंकॉइस में कागज़ के प्रयोग को कम करने में सहायता मिलेगी। सतत कार्य के प्रति अपनी वैज्ञानिक ज्ञान को बढ़ावा दूंगा और इस ज्ञान को सहकर्मियों, परिवार और समुदाय के साथ साझा करूंगा, जिससे पर्यावरण बचाव पर हमारे सामूहिक प्रयास को बढ़ाया जा सके। मैं यह प्रतिज्ञा इस समूह के साथ लेता हूँ कि मेरे व्यक्तिगत कार्य आज और आने वाले जीवन के लिए हमारी वसुधा के पर्यावरण और प्राकृतिक संसाधनों की सततता के प्रति हमारी संस्थागत जिम्मेदारी में योगदान करेंगे। हिंदी पास।
Thank you all. To express our gratitude, I request our director, Dr. T.M. Balakrishnan Nair, to present a token of appreciation to our chief guest. I also request Dr. Sudhir Joseph to present a token of appreciation to our guest speaker, Dr. N. Ravinder. Now, I kindly invite Dr. Hasibur Rahman to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. So I am honored to give the vote of thanks for this today's evening event. It's truly memorable, probably for all of us, for such a enlightening speaker with us. So, respected Chief Guest, Dr. Prasanna Kumar, Dr. N. Ravinder, our esteemed director, Dr. Balakrishnan Nair, my colleague, Dr. Sudhi Josephs, and friends. So, this evening we have gathered here for this event of celebrating this Earth Day. And this meaningful celebration is possible because of all our presence as well as our distinguished guests. First and foremost, I extend our profound thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Prasanna Kumar, and for his enlightening talk about without PPT, such a experience of all of your life events, which is truly inspirational. and I hope whatever his guidance we got, we'll carry forward to our day-to-day life, including the pledge we took, and whatever we took pledge here today, I sincerely request all of our colleagues as well as friends, at least we should start doing few of them, not all. Then itself it will be, we'll have a truly celebration of this Earth Day. And then I deeply grateful Dr. Ravinder for his enlightening talk about all these deforestations, biodiversity, pollutions. Really, it was, I mean, how this earth, we have fever, we have high fever, but still we are not doing anything. Still now we are probably some of the things which we are doing here, it should like enlightening to all other. We are doing this live telecast, and we are trying to make it as much as possible to reach the common people who are not knowing what exactly these things. They are only doing their own day-to-day work, Facebook, all these kind of things, not the what critically things for our future generation we should do. So our sincere thanks to our director, Dr. Balakrishnan Nair, for his leadership, and really, sir, your vision for our institutes to make zero emission certainly will fulfill all of our pledge today also we took, and certainly will do so. And then finally, Dr. Sudhir Joseph, we live in the same society as well. So really, this is the kind of things should be how a individual, only one person also can give us motivations that how we can do this. And I think this it can be considered as a single one raindrop if you are considering raindrop one. And if one raindrop doesn't form, then there is no rain. So like that, he gave us that thought that let us make one raindrop each collect, and his inspiration should take us, all of us, to do some. And if at least few of us, if we inspire his things, then it will be really truly Earth Day celebration. It will be. So, yeah, I also do some kind of, as he said, I took this roof water, and when this channelized to my sump, and I use whenever this rains comes. So truly it is, it's many times he says that rainwater is kind of polluted. Generally what happens, probably the initial phase, if you were flushed out, that remaining one, when it comes to the monsoon season, those rains are really, truly, is a kind of pure water. So I would like to express my gratitude to all my members of the standing committee, who their support for all these events, and then all my administrative staffs. All those are what we disagree your view what you said right now. Our administration kind of truly I have been associated with many ISRO, as well as then afterwards ISC and all other my colleagues. I saw our admin is really kind of without anything, by verbal word also it will be done, that's all. It will be done. That's kind of team we are, and I think you will see many of these occasions, our ex-secretaries and all our ex-directors, they will always praise our administration, because they are the backbone of all our institute's growth. And especially our head, Mr. Rangasar Rao, then Subramaniam ji, Devendra Kumar ji, and Raj Sekhar, as well as Lakshmi Kumari. She helped to translate this Hindi, Swashini, and all other support staffs. Then ICT team, they are arranging this with this very short time. We have even live telecasts we are making. Just I told few hours ago, then we have to do that. They just arrange it immediately. And because this will be there in the YouTube, so that anytime people can revisit it, so that it will be there and they can see it. And this is also possible, the other flyer, Kiran Kumar, Mr. Kiran Kumar and his team, and particularly Rishikesh, who designed all these our flyers, which is there in the social media and all. And then Minakshi, she is very nicely conducted these events with time, as you said. And then all the other support staff, housekeeping team, personal catering team, and all others who have contributed to today's event. And one of the most inspiring thing is Mr. Vijay. He is last 2 3 weeks he was behind this how he conducted this thing, and he did so nicely with all this is coordinating all these events. And finally, each of all of you who has gathered today, in many times it will be sir empty, many times, most of the time, but today I saw almost full. So it is a kind of that shows that how it's, because maybe they thought this is important for all of us and all our INCOIS colleagues to truly. And before leaving today's these events, we just made this commitment to ourselves that all our whatever we place today will make it our personal lives. And then we there is a one small refreshment is arranged outside, so I request all of you to take a part of that. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So really, without slide, this is the true talk. It's your experience, the way